Hello everybody, here's a quick little midweek video on fantasy baseball that I thought I'd put up here to help you out a little bit. And today we're going to talk about the top 5 things to do before you start your fantasy draft. Now before I start, I just want to mention that we're going to have lots of fantasy baseball videos coming up to the start of the season and after. And I think the really good fantasy managers continue to monitor videos and study and research even after the draft is over. The waiver wires could win you your league, and we'll have a few videos on that as well. But stay tuned, but we're going to get you very well prepared for your draft. We have lots of videos on the way. Check out our couple sleeper videos we've already got up. We have Bus coming out this Sunday. But enough of that. Let's get right into it. So here is number 5. And that's do lots of mock drafts. This will help you with the whole... you make a game plan before your draft, but then those players disappear or the draft goes differently than expected, and you panic and you just grab guys that you shouldn't grab. I think if you do a lot of mock drafts, you'll get past that. You'll have some contingency plans. You will know how guys are falling compared to the lists you may have been looking at, because there's a lot of guys that other managers may be thinking, like, I really need this guy, I'm going to reach for it. So or they're just not that high on them, I'm going to pass them up. So the draft may not go exactly how the list might predict. So I'd say do mock drafts to be prepared for that. And the number 4 thing I'd say to get ready is have about 3 different strategies. I usually come up with one for if I have a top 5 pick, another one for if I'm later in the first round, and then another one for if I take a player that kind of fills a position I wasn't expecting to fill right away. So kind of the players I'm considering that is if I take Altuve or Carlos Correa in the first round, because I'm going to be filling second base and shortstop in the first round, and I'm not 100% expecting to do that because I think it's more likely to fill third base, first base, or outfield in the first round, or perhaps pitcher. But if you get one of those guys, you got to have a plan for how to fill outfield, first base, third base. If you take shortstop or second in the first round. So have about 3 different plans depending on how you're going to fall in the draft. And a lot of leagues, including ours, you don't find out what your draft position is until about 40 minutes before the draft starts. So you got to be prepared. The number 3 thing I'd say to look at is avoid having certain players you absolutely have to have. You will overreach for it. You will be overly disappointed if somebody else has the same idea as you. So have your backup plans. Have your players that are your great consolidation prize and maybe even better for you. For example, if you are targeting a great first baseman, like you love Rizzo, but he goes too early, be happy with Freeman, or vice versa. If you really want Freddie Freeman at first base and he goes too early, be happy with Anthony Rizzo. Both those guys are going about the same time, and I think you can look into it and find ways to build your team around either one. And this will help you avoid overreaching as well. There's a lot of people that just absolutely have to have a player, so they take them 3 or 4 rounds too early, to where they could have filled out a complete team much better. So watch out for that. Now, kind of the converse thing is the number 2 thing, and that's do not draft list. Don't have players that you hate just too much to where you just absolutely will not take them. For example, last year I was not very high on Mookie Betts on a lot of draft lists. He was rated to go to 2nd overall. I ended up with the 10th pick in the first round, and Betts fell to me at 10. And it just, even though I wasn't high on him in the 2nd pick, he fell so far that I felt like it was a good value there. And if I had just said, I hate Mookie Betts, I'm not going to take him, I would have passed him up, and I think I would have regretted it. There are other guys I'm not too high on this year either. Like if you look at our top 15 video, you're going to see I'm not too high on Blackman. I rank Altuve a little lower than people do, but still in the top 5. And there's other guys I'm just not as high on. But I have a place to where if they fall far enough, I will take them. So just don't have that I absolutely hate players. And as you can see, I'm a Giants fan. But Kershaw falls far enough, I just got to take him. Like you got to win your league. And I think you will just really be regretting it if you just take guys completely off, and then by chance everyone else takes them completely off. It just falls and falls and falls, and you just continue to pass them up. All right? Now the number 1 reason, are you ready? Number 1 is watch lots of resources and hear lots of different opinions. Of course, watch the dumb guys. Watch all our videos over and over again. Comment, talk to us about who you're going to pick. But I'd say go and look at CBS Fantasy Sports. Look at Fantasy Baseball 361, that podcast. They're pretty good. If you commute every morning and you like podcasts, look at those guys. If you like to read more, so like you like a little bit of quiet time, you can go to the ESPN website, the Fantasy Pros website, the CBS website, read their articles about players and draft lists, things like that. And the point is to develop your own opinion, really, because if you look at one resource and you just copy it, well, all you're doing is copying. If you listen to several resources, you let all that information sink in, and then you go make your decisions. You have your own ideas. And here at Dumb Guys, we offer opinions from both myself and Barry, and we don't agree all the time. And so you've already got that kind of built into this channel. But I'd say look at lots of resources. Don't just follow a list. Don't just look for names. Look for lots of resources and just let it sink in and see how it comes out. And I think in the end, if you win your league, or if you finish second place or third place or whatever it is, you can take full credit for it. You won't just be copying one guy and that guy actually deserves the credit. You will be very proud of yourself. You will have accomplished a great thing. So be ready for drafts. Let us know how they go. Let us know if you need any further help. And Dumb Guys are always here to help you with your fantasy baseball teams. And I'd say get drafting and stay dumb.
Dumb Guys!